Yeah, well, I'm that way. You haven't heard? You should know that by now. Mookie Betts with us here in studio. Mookie, thanks for coming down the hall. You know, we have talked about this for years. I mean, it goes back to Ted Williams, the relationship between the Red Sox and the Jimmy Fund. You guys fully understand what this means. When did you sort of figure, you know what, this is an easy way to help a kid out, to help some people out to get involved in this? When did it become an important matter to you?
I think within these last 2 years, being around it, seeing, I think last year I went to the rookie camp and we came to the hospital, or maybe it wasn't the rookie camp, I forget where it was, but we came to the hospital and I got to meet a lot of kids and see just, you know, how we are, and they inspire us the same way. Like they battle with cancer and illnesses, and I feel like, you know, all we have to do is go up and kind of battle baseball. You know, battling baseball is nowhere near battling cancer, and I feel like, you know, they inspire us in that way.
Yeah, they really put it in perspective. I don't know, have you ever been exposed to that? I know my first time, I think, going over to hospitals and seeing kids like that, you know, that young kids, was when I was here in Boston. But before that, I remember it kind of shook me up the first time I did it. Yeah,
it did. Well, you know, you hear about it, and but I never had anything firsthand. Yeah. the way going over to the hospital is, and then, you know, I have some situations that happened lately that really, you know, hit close, and you know, so now it's like you said, it's just in perspective, like how real it is.
So when you heard about John Farrell, when he calls you guys into a meeting last week, what was the response, you know, from yourself and just in general with the rest of the team?
I mean, I feel like everyone was it's so close, so close to our hearts, because, you know, we deal with them every day, and, you know, for something like that to actually happen, you know, you hear about it in movies and all that type of thing, but you know, when it actually happens in real life, you know, that's a first for me and first for a loved one, you know, to kind of come down with something like that. And you know, it was scary. It was scary. And, you know, I talked to some guys after, and we were like, wow, you know, can't really believe that it happened. But luckily, they caught it early, and you know, I think he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
He's got and not every manager has this, but the bond he has with you guys. I mean, he's that kind of father figure, leader figure, whatever you want to call him. But I think he's got a bond with his team that a lot of managers don't. Mm-hmm. So watching him go through this hasn't been easy for you guys, has it?
No, it hasn't. But if you know him, you know he'll fight, and you know his personality, that, you know, he didn't want us to worry about him for some reason. You know, and again, you know, we know that he'll be just fine. I think he wants us to keep our focus out on the field. You know, we'll focus and you know, play the game the way we've been playing, but we also want to make sure he's all right too.
Well, you go out and score 15 runs the first night, 22 the second. You know, whatever you did for him, it meant a lot, obviously.
Yeah, I was just trying to help him heal quicker.
All right, I did the game last night on the radio. I didn't think I think he would catch that ball. How'd you catch that ball?
I don't know. I was supposed to move around, and got to just thinking. You know, sometimes you just kind of space out for a minute. I spaced out, and then when I focused back on the pitch, you know, I hadn't moved anywhere, and you know, luckily I was able to, you know, run under it and make a diving play. What
was up with Jackie out in right field? You gonna try that move in the bullpen with the jumping on like Spider-Man? I don't know what he was doing there.
No, I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it a couple times during BP.
Not in the game though.
No, not in the game. I've seen him catch some balls in BP. You know, jumping on the wall. So, I mean,
that's what you got to do next time instead of going up and over.
Yeah. Well, if I go up and over, I got to jump over the way he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I asked him, and he said I've seen him do it plenty of times, and he, you know, if he'd have caught that'd have been the play of the century. So, you know, I'm happy he's all right too.
Mookie, we thank you for coming down the hall. We know you're getting ready for baseball. It means a lot for you guys to support this. So good luck in the game tonight, and thanks for all the support you've done for the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.